The battle at Edinburgh is over at Easter Road, and it is 1-0 to Hibernian. Stevie Naismith not getting the debut as manager that he wanted, and to be honest, I think this just backs up many Hearts fans and neutrals' opinions in general. Why did they get rid of Robbie Neilson to bring in Stevie Naismith? Honestly, I don't get it. Like you've like the chairman, I can't even remember his name. I think it's the chairman. I don't really care if it's the chairman. Him saying that they sacked Nielsen because they have to get third because it comes with a lot of money and guaranteed European football, 6, 7, 8 million, blah blah blah, whatever. And then Stevie Naismith and also Shankland as well in the pre-match conferences turning around and saying that, oh well, third's no a big deal. So how can the higher ups be saying it's a big deal, but the guy you've just employed as interim manager at the end of the season is saying it ain't a big deal? I don't know. That sounds like a crisis to me, or a complete lack of communication. But the way they played today, you would think that third is all not that important. Of course, Aberdeen won last night, made it 5 points. Aberdeen are on a roll. I mean, they do play Rangers next. I mean, you'd expect Rangers to beat Aberdeen. So yeah, Hearts. I don't know who they play next, but they might be able to close it to 2. Maybe this Edinburgh derby won't look as bad on paper as what it was, but they had such dominance in the Edinburgh derby. I can't remember the last time Hibs beat Hearts. It must be about 4 years, 3 or 4 years before COVID. Before COVID, I'd say it would be because, of course, Hearts got promoted. Well, got relegated in that COVID season and got promoted. So take out, there's a lot of years you have to take out and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of the game though, man, it wasn't a pretty watch. I feel like the last couple of Edinburgh derbies have been good because Hearts have been playing good attacking football and scoring goals. When you get goals, you get automatically get a bit more drama. Here, you get the one goal. Hibs, I think, were the better team and thoroughly deserved to win. But again, it's only 1-0 and they didn't really have any chances. You think, well, fuck, should have done a lot better there. Like Nisbet had a couple of half chances. But Hearts, I thought Hearts were borderline fucking disgraceful. Too strong a word to use. At quarter to 3 in the morning. No, fucking quarter to 3 in the afternoon. But honestly, I thought it was shite. It really was. They were just out-competed. Usually when you get a manager sacked, you get a reaction, but there's nothing. So I don't know what this means for Hearts. Like, they're going to finish in the top 6. We will look at the league table at the end of the review, but if I was a Hearts fan, I'd be worried. I would be thinking about there's no chance here for anything. I think third. Honestly, I genuinely think third is fucking going for Hearts because I don't see any sign of improvement. Like, if you can't turn up against your Edinburgh rivals, who are they going to turn up against? I mean, you've got to bear in mind as well, Hearts get top 6. That's another 2 games against Rangers and Celtic, which therefore, right, they're going to lose realistically, which again drops you down to a possible 9 points. And I say the gap between Hearts and Aberdeen is 5 points going into the last couple of games. I mean, realistically, they're not going to beat Rangers or Celtic, so you have 5 points to make up out of 9. Albeit, yes, you do play Aberdeen. That helps, 6 pointer, so to speak. But I just don't see Hearts doing it, honestly, despite the fact I thought they were nailed on for it this season. But then again, I didn't think Robbie Neilson would have got the sacked, and I didn't think they'd lose about 6. I mean, what is it, 6 in a row now? Embarrassing. And Nisbet eventually does get the goal. I mean, it's well worked. It's a simple goal. You're expecting Nisbet to take it. I mean, they had a couple of efforts also, like blazed over, a couple of half chances, but he takes his, like, the main chance. Shankland pretty much starved the service today, but Hibs do win in the end. The stream was the biggest buffering pile of shite. You did have the option of home or away fans, but you know what? That's why you put it on mute, because why do you want to listen to the home or the away? But it leaves the league table looking like this, with Celtic, of course, sit on top. I mean, there's not much point me talking about teams that haven't played, but we'll talk about the teams that have played so far this weekend, because why not? Aberdeen, like I said, beat Ross County yesterday, sit on 50 points. Hearts sit behind them on 45. St Mirren, if they win the day, can go on to 47. Hibs did win, obviously, to beat Hearts, so they've moved straight up, way closer to the rest of them, like Hearts and St Mirren. Can Hibs get third? It's really unlikely, like, because their form's been... I mean, it's Aberdeen's to lose, man. Aberdeen's form's been outstanding. I don't think anyone can really right past Aberdeen. But in terms of the league table, the top 6, what way is it going to finish? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what way is it going to finish. I mean, Livingston play St John's today, so if they beat them, they can move up to 42 and maybe potentially knock St Mirren or Hibs out. But Motherwell playing well, but they do have a game. Well, actually, Motherwell playing well. Motherwell can't do it. There's not enough points for Motherwell to do it. But anyway, that is it. Edinburgh is green, and as the Hearts' domination coming crumbling down. Because it'll be a big miss not getting European football, so disgraceful for the Jambos.